What's up, beautiful people, and welcome back to the Realistically Free YouTube channel. It's Micah, and today I wanted to do another story time for you. I have my coffee. Hopefully, you have yours or your favorite beverage. And let's chat it up. So, today I wanted to tell the story because my wife thinks it's hilarious, and it is pretty hilarious, I guess, in a sense. To tell the story of how I knew I was in love with my wife, right? So, this isn't gonna be like your average like Hollywood story of like, this whirlwind romance. It was actually some fucked up shit that happened in the interim of all of this. Um, so yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy my little bit of story time here. Anyway, let me let it sing. Anyway, let's rewind 10 years ago when I first met my wife. We kind of knew of each other in high school, but we never actually like talked to each other, like maybe like said hi here and there. I always had a crush on her. She always kind of had a crush on me, but like given the circumstances, she was dating somebody, I was dating somebody. Things just never seemed to kind of like link up, and we was always in around. It was always around each other's like circle. You know what I mean? Like our friends were kind of around each other, or like we were somehow involved with each other, but we never actually got a chance to talk to one another. We were just like, in her words, which I see now why. I mean, now I actually see that she was wrong, but back then, in her words, we were just from two different worlds. I was very much in the street and doing a lot of dumb shit, and she was very much this emo goth kid, and somehow like in me, when I would see her walking around or whatever, like I just like something about her always kind of like intrigued me and like called to me. You know what I mean, and vice versa. So anyway, fast forward, we kind of we actually started talking because I'm a horrible friend. I'm just saying it right off the bat. um, I was supposed to get a phone number from her for my best friend for this other girl that he was trying to talk to that she really really knew because they were family. And so basically he didn't want to reach out to her and stuff like that. They were really good friends at one point. That's another whole nother story and a whole longer story. So we'll just fast forward that part. But anyway, I reached out to her on Facebook. I say, hey, what's up? It's Micah. Da 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 da. We start talking, and in the interim of that, within 3 days, like I never got the phone number. Spoiler alert, I never got the phone number from my friend. We just clicked and started talking more and stuff like that. And she didn't like that I was like this in the streets and doing dumb shit and smoking weed and selling drugs and all this shit. So she didn't really like that. And so one day, this is now about like 2 months into us talking and vibing and stuff like that. She comes over to my house. I had my own apartment at the time, and so she comes over and she's like, I don't like that you sell drugs. I don't like that you do drugs and da 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 da. And I looked at her. I said, have you ever even smoked weed? And she, nah, I'll never do that. I said, okay, I'll make you a deal then. You smoke one blunt with me. If you don't like it, I'll never do it again. And so she smoked with me. And you get down to the roach, that little junk. I went to put it in a bong. And I'm like high as hell at this point. And she basically, she's high at this point. She's like, oh, you gonna light another one? Like, so she fucked with it. And so we're sitting there on the couch and we're just like toasted and watching. I don't even remember what movie we were watching. But we were watching a movie. We toasted, and I went to like the bong, and I was so like disoriented because I was high as hell that like I somehow spilled the bong water on her jeans. Now me being high, I'm laughing at this point. I'm like, yo, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, and I'm like kind of laughing at this point, and she's getting mad, and she's like,
Oh, you think that's funny? You think that shit is funny?
like she's sitting on my right hand side in the couch, and she's looking at me. Oh, you
Think that's funny? You think that's funny? And
I'm like, yo, like I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Well, she had a bottle of Bacardi in her hand, because we was drinking and shit too. And she looks at me, she stays mad quiet, got this stone cold look on her face, and just
You think that's funny? So you think, oh, that's funny. That's funny that you just spilled that.
on me. I'm like, nah, not like I'm sorry. And literally tips the bottle over, spills it all over me. All over me. And I was livid. I was so pissed. I was like, yo, are you fucking serious? Like I was an accident, it was a mistake. I didn't mean to spill that on you, and you straight up just like intentionally spilled alcohol on me that I paid for at that. And she's
like, well, it's not so funny now, is it?
And so she's cracking up at this point. So hey, probably hear the dog in the background, my bad. So at this point, I'm quiet because I'm just mad as hell, and I'm sitting there. And she's sitting there and she looks at you like, you really gonna be mad now? Like, you spilled it on me first. And I remember I just sat there so mad and I started laughing. And then like I just looked at her and I was like, I love you. Like, I love you. She's like, what? Like, why are you saying that? You know, in her eyes, like she was doing something fucked up. And to me, like, it was like she was the first person who I guess like stood up to me. You know what I mean? Like, not stood up to me. I guess that's kind of the way I wanted to put it. Like, she stood up to me. She stood up for herself. Even though it was an accident, she didn't like that I was laughing at her and I made it seem like it was funny when to her it wasn't funny. You know, like those were her brand new pair of jeans that she wore over to impress me and everything. And here I am, I spilled bong water of all fucking things on her lap. So she's just pissed. But, you know, to me, I was like, yo, like, I love you. I've never had anybody, you know, do something like that's some shit that I would do to somebody. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only way I could explain it to her in that moment, was that's some shit that I would do to somebody if they did something like that and started laughing. And even though it was an accident, the fact that laughing at me, I would have did the same shit. And it was like in that moment, it made it seem like our worlds weren't so different. You know what I mean? Like, we weren't so off from each other. You know, like, it was like in that moment I realized that we were more in sync or more alike than we actually understood. And that honestly was like, already from all the conversations that we had and kicking it with her and everything, like, I already knew that I had feelings for her. I knew that she had feelings for me. I was definitely in love with her. But in that moment, as stupid as it sounds, like, I knew she was different. I knew that, like, I would ride with her. Like, I would ride out for her. That I was in love with my wife. From that moment on, I knew that she was the one. Because again, like, all the other girls at that point, like before her, like, I was a player and I was doing dumb shit and I was just all over it, and nobody could really get my heart like that. You know what I mean? And the fact that she came and just like, yo, and like, she was from my eyes, as she said, and from this different world. And I saw this little goth emo girl who, you know, was always so like quiet and so reserved in a way, but yet so out there and so like different. You know, it was like in that moment, it was like, yo, like, she'll get down, you know. And that's how I knew. That's how I knew that I was in love with her. Like, when she spilled that Bacardi on me and laughed in my face, that's how I knew that I was like, yo, you're the one. You're different. Like, I'll ride for you. And we went through a lot of crazy shit after that, you know. And here we are, almost 11 years later, still madly in love, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So just wanted to share that quick little story with you guys. I hope that it was entertaining for you. I'll probably do another story time. If you give this a thumbs up and you like story time, comment down below. Let me know so I can make more videos like this. RV series is on hold right now because of everything that's going on. So I can't get the RV. There's a lot of things that we can't do right now. So it's on hold right now, but I didn't forget. And I might still make a video on how, like, what type of choice we're going towards and stuff like that. And maybe I'll see if the wife will jump on and kind of talk with you guys as well. But like I said, if you like videos like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below, let me know what you think, and I'll be back again with another video. Peace.